Is this a fucking retrograde? Like, what is happening right now? What is going on? What is up, my fellow dreamers and soul searchers? Welcome to the Roxy Talks Manifestation Podcast, your raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic source for all things manifestation related. I'm Roxy Lee, and for the last decade, I have been researching and developing my signature 360 method, which combines behavioral science, quantum physics, and the law of attraction to help you manifest a life beyond your wildest dreams. Visit roxytalks.com for more info. Now, let's get into it. Everything stems from our emotional and mental well-being. Our emotional well-being is the wellspring from which our manifestations grow. So if your emotional well-being is fucking swampy, then it's swampy. It's just, it is what it is. You know, so like the only things that will grow are the things that grow in a swamp, and not to shit on swamps. If that's what you want, cool. But if it's not what you want, then there needs to be, you know, some tending to the landscape there. And what I'm reminding myself of lately is how much that meditation is helping me personally connect with that internal shit. Obviously, that's exactly what literally I just said that the Roxy version of the definition of meditation, connecting with the internal shit. Put that one, there's another fucking t-shirt. Anyways, so that is so me. Any hoodles. When we are connecting with the internal shit, we are filling in the gaps, that the emotional gaps where the pain and the suffering kind of like settle into. And what I have found through a lot of emotional purging this year already, has been just a whirlwind already and an emotional roller coaster. I don't know about everybody else. Like, anywho, like I know that it's coming up for a lot of people, but like what I've noticed is that the meditation is really just, it keeps me from reacting when I'm triggered, right? Like it keeps me away from my normal way of reacting, which I've already said multiple times is rage, and I should really stop fucking affirming that. I always react with patience and kindness and understanding. So what the fuck are we even talking about? What's the next podcast? What's the next title? Done, we solved it. We're good to go. Anyways, just kidding. So no, I'm not. We're real. That's what just happened. We just solved everything. Everything's fine. Everything's fucking fine. But we're going to intend that and maintain that through awareness on our mental well-being and our emotional well-being. I'm going to meditate every day because when I meditate, it helps me not be a bitch. It helps me react with calmness and kindness and understanding to something that might have normally triggered my little pit bull to run to the fucking gate. Meditation helps me react safely and normally, okay? In my version of normal. So I've also been getting into tarot myself and just being really present with the messages that it was telling me. And I also have filmed a pick a card tarot reading for YouTube. Actually, I filmed two. So next Tuesday, I have my very first tarot reading video coming out. So if you have any interest in it, the topic is, what is your SP thinking? What is your specific person thinking? Or, you know, if you're in a relationship, what is your partner thinking? And what is your crush thinking? What is your spouse thinking? Fill in the blank. I'm so excited for this because it's just new territory for me to film this and do it for YouTube. And I love watching these videos on YouTube. So I did like a little manifestation crossover. I give advice on how to manifest, you know, away from the situation, because we all know, of course, tarot cards just tell you the path you're on, and you can certainly just go on a different path. Simple as that. Same with manifestation, right? So you don't like what you see, fucking say something different. That's all it takes. And I think that at the end of the day, the whole purpose of all of what I was talking about this whole time is just to show you all that, like, we all go through this. We all have racing thoughts and obsessive thoughts and fears and worries and pasts and futures and currents and emotions and fucking questions. We all have it. We all have it. And all we can do is practice keeping it all together. As cliche as that sounds, like, when I look back on like the last couple years I've had of just like really trying to maintain my mental clarity and focus, it's a dance, it's a practice, it's a well thought out and planned out. Well, it's best when it's well thought out and planned out. It performs the best, right? The more you are aware of what you're doing with your thinking and your behavior, the more you're able to calm yourself and ease your fears and worries by not allowing yourself to ruminate and soak in things that aren't healthy for you, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever we're talking about. Taking care of yourself, putting your emotional and mental well-being first above all else. Why? Because it's where everything else stems from. And so it doesn't make any sense to start anywhere else except for the fucking source, because we're smart and we connect dots here, right? Like, we are all given this opportunity to take a hard look at who we are and what we're doing, how we're living, and decide whether or not it's working for us. And if it's not, all we have to do is a little restructuring, ask for some guidance, do a meditation, take care of yourself, go for a walk, call a friend. We need to be understanding what our boundaries are. We need to be expressing them before they're crossed. We need to be speaking our minds before we've been pushed to our limit. I actually have a lot of, recently, a lot of clients, even just on Saturday, I had 2 clients in a row where I was like, your throat chakra, again, even though I'm not that's not super what my practice is about, I do have the intuitive side, and we're all figuring it out here, and I'm just like I can feel your throat chakra is not, it's not where it needs to be, and both of the people were like, that is exactly what's going on with me, and more than just people in my sessions, people on my team and people in the community. We have so many amazing people, but it's everybody's connected in the same ways, going through the same shit all the time. And I just see it coming up for a lot of people in a lot of ways is we need to be, whatever way it expresses, it manifests in your world, we all need to be conscious of how we're expressing ourselves and making sure that we are expressing ourselves in a way that is authentic to us and to our story and to our experience, so that we're not selling ourselves short and putting ourselves into situations that are unhealthy for us in whatever way that looks. I keep feeling like it's a tower moment. I don't know why, that just keeps coming up in my head. And I actually haven't even pulled a tarot card or a tower card for myself, which I'm sure I will soon because I keep totally fucking expecting it. But it's this is a tower moment. This is a tower moment. When is the tower card being pulled? And not in a negative way, but it just feels like things are being shaken up and restructured complete. Is this a fucking retrograde? What is happening right now? What is going on? But also at the same time, it feels so necessary. It feels of course it's happening right now. Why wouldn't it? Everything needs to, I don't know. Is it just me? Okay, what's going on? Are we retrograding? What's happening? Anywho, all I want to say today is your authenticity to yourself above all else. Your relationships are dictated from it. The way you live your life is dictated from it. The way things unfold for you and show up for you in your life is dictated from it. So when you can live with authenticity of who you are and who you want to be and stand in that truth and speak your mind and speak your boundaries and use your manifestational powers, if you will, your power of thought and action and behavior to create momentum in a way that guides you and directs you and starts you down the path toward the you that is acting, behaving, and thinking and experiencing the life you want to be in. And the best way to figure that out and to get all that going is to decide what that life looks like, not wonder or wish. Decide. What does the best version of me look like, sound like, feel like, think like, act like, do like, dress like, talk like, treat people like, get treated like, expect, etc. And then take all that information and transmute it, if you will, into affirmations. I am this. This is my life. It is like this. I have this. I do these things. I live like this. And then take from there, funnel it down into what behaviors and actions can I begin now that will validate these emotions and get the ball. That's how we get the ball rolling in the right direction. So we start doing the things that the happy, healthy, whole version of us would do. And so that is why I have been meditating every single day for the last week, because when I was at my happiest I've ever been, I also was at a job I hated, an apartment that I hated, and just had been previously up until those moments that I decided to change my mind, plagued with the idea that I wasn't building my business, which you're listening to right now, and that I was wasting my life away building someone else's business, living in a cave, chained to a desk, hating every minute of it. And then I switched it and made myself practice peace and focus and clarity through meditation and cycling affirmations through my mind and being conscious of my reactions when things maybe triggered me. And I became the happiest I've ever been in my entire life, still at that job, still in that apartment, still not doing my own business at that moment. And so if that's the happiest I've ever been because I was making it a conscious effort, it was an everyday practice. Every day I had to, it was do or die. I had to do the things that kept me, I'm just going to say high vibration, but you get what I'm saying, right? The things that kept me above the fuck this line, above the line of like, fuck, I can't fucking take this. Like, yeah, we're all cool. Everything's fine here. That's where I had to stay above that in order to get here where I am right now, by making my own happiness and focus my number one priority. Instead of the money and the business and what's coming next being the priority, the happiness was the priority. And it paid off. It really did. And it was only after I took away the practice of meditation, because I was like, oh, I got this. I don't need help with this manifesting thing, that the lack of proper introspection and care for my internal well-being chipped away for like a year and a half almost, till I got to where I was about a week ago, my tower moment. Like I was just saying, I felt like I had a tower moment, just like, what the fuck's happening? Everything feels so different. And I released a lot of emotions. I am working meditation into my life every single day, going into nature more, using tarot, but that's just me. It doesn't have to be your way. Just using something to gauge where I'm at so that I can choose how and where I move forward. So decide what you want. Understand it's already out there in existence, and all you have to do to get there is simply start moving, paddling towards it. And the way we paddle towards it is, like I said earlier, funnel yourself down to a list of behaviors that somebody like your ideal version would exhibit. And then do them. And then make yourself think those thoughts. Again, me at my happiest, meditated every single day. Why would I fucking give that up? Why would I give that up and expect to not be at my happiest when it's the one thing that's ever made a huge difference? So I'm going to remember that. Glad this is burned into perpetuity. It's going on the internet forever. She said it. You need to fucking meditate, bitch. There's me summing up the whole episode. You need to fucking meditate, bitch. And on that note, I love you. We're all raising our vibrations together. If you want one-on-one coaching for me to tell you about your life and how you can meditate and find out what's standing in your way, what's blocking you, head to roxytalks.com. One-on-one coaching, amazing, life-changing courses and workshops, lots of free content. Everything is designed to help you get in control of your thinking, your life, your behavior, all of it, and lead you down the path that you want to find yourself on. So I love you. You got this. We're all raising our vibrations together. I will see you next time. What is up, my fellow dreamers and soul searchers? Welcome to the Roxy Talks Manifestation Podcast, your raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic source for all things manifestation related. I'm Roxy Lee, and for the last decade, I have been researching and developing my signature 360 method, which combines behavioral science, quantum physics, and the law of attraction to help you manifest a life beyond your wildest dreams. Visit roxytalks.com for more info. Now, let's get into it.